Hey guys, Crew Blonde Wave, I'm Eric.
I'm Shane.
I'm Calvin.
I'm Aaron.
And this is Westworld episode 3.
So, we had a poll. Is it cheating if you end up hooking up with one of these robot-y people?
End up hooking
They're
up
not people.
with a host.
Android. I believe.
It's made to be so lifelike that you can't tell the difference.
I believe I said no. It's not cheating.
You must not be that convicted. I believe I said no. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be either way. I don't know.
Must be a plumber or something.
Of our audience, 37% said no. 62% said yes, that it would be cheating.
Oh. You guys were all on the yes side?
Oh no. Yeah.
I think so. Well, we had some comments. Anastasia says, it's cheating if you've not talked about it with your partner.
I have.
And no, it will upset him/her. So, just go together and have fun. Ooh.
Well, you know, ironically, what I saw on Facebook today was that next year they're supposed to be releasing robot partners with warm genitals.
Saw that on Facebook. Huh?
Yeah, has nothing to do with my Google searches. Shut up.
Were you in Google Chrome?
No, I was in incognito mode.
In what browser?
All of them.
Matthew Thacker says, well, everybody has
In Safari.
everybody has a different standard, but I'm with Aaron. Since these are just better walking, talking fleshlights, so it isn't cheating. They are not humans, and they are just toys to be used in your fantasy. Jeez, Matthew. They're people.
It's a Wild West fantasy.
Yeah,
They're not people.
I know, I'm kidding. The Dead Man! Honestly, I gotta say I don't think it's cheating. Westworld is a game, and you're there to play a role. That means you don't actually have a partner while there, so technically it's not cheating.
You gotta think about the roles sex has in a really intimate relationship, especially with an XY.
Mm-hmm.
Hormonally, what it does to a male to be able to, to have sex and relieve himself. You know what I mean? So he doesn't need to go to his partner for that because he can just jack off inside this robot.
Yeah, but
inside this robot pussy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I could see a problem if you had one of these in your closet, or someone could just kept going there all the time.
Well, that's some semantics. If they went there all the time, it'd just be a bigger problem.
Mm-hmm.
If they went there sometimes, it'd be a small
I
problem.
think the real question to answer of this is it masturbation, or are you having sex with something?
Well, it's designed to be like a human, to feel like a human, to talk like a human.
You're doing everything that you would if you were having sex. It's just not a person.
And
You're suspending your disbelief purposefully, so that it feels more real. If that's not trying to have sex with a real person, then
yeah, because there are relationships where the guy has problems with pornography, and I think the woman would be just as upset.
Yeah, that's what we talked about last time.
Scarlett Johansson was upset with Joseph Gordon-Levitt in that one movie.
Yeah.
If in fact it was just masturbation, you could still consider it cheating. But we had to figure out where the line is between sex and masturbation. And that.
Yeah, well, I mean, let's make it clear that if it's just masturbation, sometimes a lot of people would consider that cheating.
Yeah,
True. I guess.
But
heavy.
It's weird.
That's a long poll response.
But were there no comments on it's cheating?
No.
Really?
Yep.
So none of the people who voted yes wanted to voice their...
They did not want to put their name.
Well, it's because the people who agree with you just think, I better explain myself.
But anyway,
I know I'm wrong.
Well, see, I could see it the other way. Be obviously Aaron's stupid. Guys, it's cheating. But no one's they're all guys, I think I agree with Aaron.
But anyway, we do have all of your IP addresses and emails from our Patreon, so we will be sending all of your yes response votes to your significant other through Facebook.
Yeah.
What?
we're not doing that.
Yep. Last time on Westworld, what happened?
Death!
That is true.
There was death.
Suffering.
One chick got out, ran away,
Yeah.
saw dead people.
Like in the girl from Mission Impossible.
Fainted.
The girl from Mission Impossible 2.
They weren't dead people. They were just turned off.
She sees dead people.
She chalks it up to a nightmare.
I don't know, have we seen the outcome of that yet?
We haven't seen the outcome of that yet.
No.
They cut her open and surgery on
And they
her.
drug her back.
Yeah.
And then it cut to Ford and who's his programmer guy friend? I forget his name. But they went out into the desert and looked at that area that he was at.
Yeah,
with, that little
where he's creating a
cross
new
thing.
Yeah.
thing.
And we also found out that Ford's programmer guy has a thing for the
lead
project
woman.
lead. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we speculated that maybe the little boy he's talking to, we don't know.
Did he make a young version of himself?
Yeah,
maybe?
we speculated that.
And they declined the expansion pack.
Yeah.
Or Ford did.
But not the
Yeah.
boots.
Yeah, he took the boots.
He took the
Boots
boots.
He
are
did take the
important.
boots.
What boots of those?
That's why I wear boots
Very.
every
Was
day.
there anything you liked?
Show us your boots, Aaron.
It's too much work to just cook in my lap. Can't do it. What?
Let's get started.
Nowhere that you would understand, Dolores. Perhaps that's why I enjoy our conversation so much.
Is he dead?
Colt single action army
Just like what I got.
long barrel.
Haven't seen this.
Why don't we reacquaint ourselves, Dolores?
Does he scalp her?
Wait, it's gone?
No, it's on the
Is
dresser.
it on the dresser? Yeah.
No, there's no gun in there.
Wait, it's on the.
She put it back in, didn't she? She took the gun out, and then when she put it back in, and then she opened it again, and there's no gun.
He's right.
Jasper
That's
Hewitt.
a storyline you could play.
Oh!
Kill him! Start the quest! Shit!
This is interesting. Dude, he's not doing nothing. Oh!
He got shot.
He's dead!
Have we ever seen them shoot them? Right? He's a guest.
They've shot the man in black.
Yeah, but he can go down like that.
Takes like a man.
Hurt.
Is he always zipping up?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Thought you said we couldn't get shot.
You can't get killed.
Quest!
I want a little adventure.
Yeah.
There you go,
Good.
Mary.
I'm excited.
I like that guy.
He carries on practically an entire conversation.
I need more milk, Arnold.
Who's Arnold? All 6 of these hosts were part of storylines over the years in which they killed Walter. It's like he was holding a grudge.
The only thing stopping the house from hacking us to pieces is one line of your code. No offense, but I sleep with this.
I bet you do.
One line? Look at this guy. He's got a bear fur on. Is she a guest?
Could be.
Is he dead?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think she's a guest.
That's an eye.
Yeah.
It's an eye, Aaron. Look.
No,
It's
I don't
bleeding
wanna
inside.
look.
Look, little needles. Look what they're doing.
It is actually super cool.
Do you know why it is a mystery, Teddy?
They're,
Because we never actually bothered to give you one, just a formless guilt you will never atone for. Perhaps it is time you had a worthy story of origin. The villain called Wyatt.
Wyatt?
Urge.
Wyatt. Do you remember now, Teddy?
Yeah, of course I remember why.
Oh, Army Man.
Your name?
That guy's a guest.
Yeah.
Lady doesn't appear interested.
Told you I wanted something easy.
Just prostitutes.
Maybe he didn't want something willing.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Grab the white hat.
Oh, she went to learn to shoot.
Yeah.
Is she allowed to? She's supposed to be the victim.
I can't.
She's programmed not to.
Now pick up that fucking axe and go chop us.
They got turned off.
We're due in town for the cattle drive over 2 days ago.
They've been arguing about that the whole time.
But thanks to a new policy from your boss, only one of them is authorized to handle the axe. The rest of them can't even touch
That's why she wasn't authorized to use the gun.
Yeah.
It's consolation.
Is it?
Is that Orion or something? Nah, never mind.
Men underneath him to be afraid.
Yeah, the archer.
Yeah.
She went tied to that
Jeez.
tree.
That's not very nice.
Kill it!
That was a zombie for a second.
Zombies!
What the hell was that?
Those whistling assholes from Walking Dead.
That wasn't a human sound though, was it?
Kind of like a crate dragon.
Like Ford's new like narrative is like monsters.
Dinosaurs.
Hell no.
I'll take him back. You coming?
I'm not backing out now.
You wait till I leave him to the tree line. You may run for it.
So that's like a written choice. They can leave or not, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool that there's like a narrative line where they can choose to stay in a quest or not.
Oh yeah, they gotta think of like, every scenario, man.
Doesn't get cold. Doesn't feel ashamed. Doesn't feel a solitary thing that we haven't told it to.
Dexter.
Understand?
I gotta fix that now, Ford.
I feel like a different side of Ford right here, right?
Well,
I think kind
just
of, yeah.
me.
Arnold.
What'd they say about Arnold earlier?
That's who the one guy's like, Arnold, I need more milk.
Yeah.
My business partners were more than happy to scrub him from the records. And I suppose I didn't discourage
Didn't
them.
look like him.
Whoa.
That's
some
Ford,
That's
right?
some Benjamin Button shit right there.
He wanted to create consciousness. The only vestiges that remain are the voice commands we use to control them. But for all his brilliance, I don't think Arnold understood what this place was going to be.
What happened to him?
Well, he died. Here in the park. We called it an accident, but I knew Arnold. He was very, very careful. You mustn't make Arnold's mistake.
Does he know?
Why would
I think he does.
Well, forgive me, but I know that the death of your son, Charlie, still weighs heavily on you.
Never get caught with your pants down.
By a robot. They fall?
He's trapped.
He's walked through a pee. Yeah, just sneaking around with a lantern. With moonlight.
The bag.
It's indirect light.
What the hell is that?
Oh! Shit, dog.
The hell?
Shouldn't have had the lantern.
Fuck are these things?
Shit.
Oh, they have skin on their faces.
Some are dying.
Why aren't they dying?
I bet they're people.
Real people?
Like players?
Yeah, they might be. And they teamed up.
Yeah,
with,
but they.
And they teamed up with the fucking dude that he's after.
Like a guild?
Yeah, but it should still knock him down.
It doesn't knock down the
Doesn't
man
knock
in
down
black.
Man in Black.
And I think when I discover who I am, I'll be free.
It's going too far already.
That response.
I don't know.
She doesn't have anybody with her.
No, she doesn't.
That'll lead him back home.
Oh,
what?
Shit.
Got any use for this
Numbers.
Thanks. I don't mind if I do.
Fucking Trevor, I know.
To the barn. Did he give her the knife?
What was that noise? Like a bone cracking?
What?
Oh, she swiped a gun.
Yep.
She can't fire though.
That's what that noise was.
Well, maybe she
She
can now.
will. Now she's sentient.
Oh!
What was that voice?
Sound like fucking Palpatine.
Kill it. It's gotta be Arnold.
Do it. Oh shit.
She's gonna kill him too.
Dude, is she gonna kill the one guy who's real somehow?
No. He's shot.
She's remembering.
Oh, she's
shit.
not shit yet.
What,
Oh,
the same guy though?
yeah, it's the narrative somehow.
She's got the force, man. She can see things before they happen.
It's a Jedi reflex.
Don't do that again.
Oh!
Oh yeah, this thing. I don't trust this fucking thing. They don't catch a guy with a beard like that and have him play something fine.
Dang.
Jeez.
Oh!
Aaron.
What the fuck? It's in sleep mode! And cut the rope! Leave him in there!
Rock!
No!
Boom, 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 boom.
Oh! Oh! Oh, shit! Oh, that's freaky looking.
Yeah.
Oh! Oh, blood. Fake blood. On your face.
$40K a day to jerk off alone in the woods playing white hat.
$40,000. It's her.
Dolores?
Yep.
Okay. the gun in her dresser, was it there or not?
I think it got removed.
Were they implying that, like, one storyline she had it was, and one storyline it wasn't?
I think so.
No, I don't think... That was the one she dug up from the ground.
And then she put it in there, and then
I think
they saw
found
it
it,
and
and
took it.
it had to be like in between like one of
Yeah.
her analysis meeting things. They
Yeah.
removed it or something.
Okay.
Or it was just she kept on having flashbacks. Maybe she was flashing back to like, didn't I have a gun here? I guess I don't. Okay, here we go. Because she flashed back and saw her dad too.
Yeah.
And she flashed and saw like her getting shot. I think it was the one she unburied, unless the one she unburied or whatever was from another narrative.
Sure.
Maybe that was a flashback too. I don't know.
Maybe that was another narrative in which she was allowed to kill, and that's why she's allowed to kill now. Is she's broken through that boundary.
It's bleeding through.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, like, she's programmed not to fire the gun, but then she figured out a way to fire the gun. And they said earlier in the show that there's only one line of code that keeps these things from killing us. Like, if she's able to get through something like that, is that to imply they're also going to get through the one line of code?
One thing that I was thinking about this whole time, none of the actual people have actually seen the Man in Black.
None of the other guests?
None of the other guests.
I
Only
think-
the hosts.
well, I mean, I
what
think-
if he's literally, what's his name's code?
Arnold?
As an aberration of it influencing their lives.
So he's a manifestation of that, of Arnold's consciousness inside the network or something like that.
That's why the people who are running the park don't see him.
He's actually shooting
No,
things,
they
though.
have seen him. They've acknowledged him on camera, saying that man can do whatever he wants.
Oh, yeah, you're
they
right.
Have
They did do
officially
that.
acknowledged that character.
Yeah.
Look at this guy. Should we throw some stuff to
I
slow him
forgot
down?
about that, but you're right.
Like, no, that guy gets to do whatever he wants.
I did. Yeah.
So he's some rich asshole who's been playing this game for 30 years, and they're just like, let him do whatever because he's got money.
Aaron gets upset whenever you doubt his realness.
I remember them saying that. Some of their
No, they said that last
I-
episode. I remember that.
I didn't disagree with him this time, but he still jumped all over
I know.
me.
You know how they
So, because I even wrote down.
So
like,
he's got to be like Arnold then.
I even wrote down like
He's
Arnold's consciousness.
Physically Arnold.
Arnold's dead though.
Arnold's dead, but he said that Arnold like committed suicide in Westworld. But he said like
he didn't commit suicide.
He died in Westworld. He said he died
Yeah.
here.
His life was marked by tragedy.
That was the lingo.
Okay.
Right?
He said something about. Okay.
He died in the park, and his life, at the end of his life, was marked by tragedy.
Yeah.
But what if Ford is trying to cover it up?
That he's not dead?
For
that
what?
he's not dead, and that they're trying to
I
work
don't-
together to
there's-
create consciousness.
Yeah, but there's already been a cover-up. Why would he tell Bernard if it's already been retracted from documents and stuff of a partner?
I don't know.
Wouldn't it be a better story to say rather than like, well, I used to have a partner, if that partner's been redacted from even existing?
Maybe to throw him off the scent in case he ever found out. That way, it wasn't suspicious.
I think he might
or
be
as suspicious.
I think it's likely that he's actually dead, but he kept going on about like trying to recreate consciousness. Could he have succeeded and like transferred his own to like a digital version, replicating your own consciousness with ones and zeros?
Like what the Emperor did?
Like so.
No, not at all. That's a spirit transfer. This is just like copying, because they kept saying like trying to achieve consciousness, and he kept searching for that. And then the way, I can't remember what the language was when he said, like, in the manner of his death. It sounded like there was something that he, like, stopped saying about when he died. So, I don't know.
My theory is, twice in this episode, it went out of its way to kind of show that, like, this side of him where he's like, hey, they're not alive. You know, he cuts his face. But in the flashback of the younger version of himself that showed him smile. Then he said...
What flashback? You mean...
When he was really young, you're like, whoa, that's some Benjamin
Yeah,
Button stuff.
okay.
Right?
Yeah, and he smiled at him. That's obviously a contrast difference. Maybe he's
That's
describing...
not a contrast difference at all. Is smiling at a thing?
You could just be happy
You could be
his
happy
work
that
is
it's
working.
working.
Yeah.
Maybe. I think it looked...
I think that's what
Yeah.
was implied.
I don't
there.
think anything that we've seen from
It was like
him-
that was the first model that actually
What do you
functioned properly.
What do you think it's implying? Is
Well, I
that
said maybe he's describing himself.
as what?
Maybe Arnold... He's describing... Maybe Arnold existed, but maybe the person he's describing that's Arnold, he's describing his old self. And he said he saw something that wasn't there.
Yeah, but the companies acknowledge Arnold too, though, right? Because they redacted everything and cover it up.
Yeah,
so,
and then he had a picture of his partner.
yeah.
And I don't think it could be Arnold because that other guy, that security guy, whatever, that just got knocked out there and then had to climb that rope.
Yeah.
Like he knows whoever the Man in Black is. So if that was like
Mm-hmm.
an Arnold or whatever. Now I guess it could be another body with a consciousness in it or
I don't
something
know,
like that.
yeah.
But if it was just look like Arnold or whatnot, I feel like he'd know who that was. he's like, that guy is someone special that can do
All I know
whatever
about the Man in Black is that he's looking for a deeper level of the game, and he's played pretty much everything.
Yeah, because he's been here for 30 years.
Because he watched, he's obviously seen a host take Dolores from the barn, because he took Dolores from the barn, you know?
Yeah.
And I guess they said that, like, that's Dolores' purpose,
Mhm.
right? That's her whole fucking storyline. That's, yeah.
Do you think the guests can, whatever word they use to put the hosts into safety mode when they're out of the park, you think they could, like, say that while they're in the park? What this word
I would
is?
say no, because that would break immersion.
So what do you think? Do you think? Yeah, maybe.
I mean, they might be able to, but I mean,
You mean like
it would? It's probably lingo that they wouldn't normally just say.
Yeah, I wonder how
they're
that
doing
works. Like, you know.
Well, they have a thing of sleep mode, right? They have to actually do it. Same
I
same
don't
way
know.
that they upload stuff to.
Well, they also have things like analysis. You know,
Yeah.
it's
That's
like,
what I'm
all right,
saying.
go
What
back
if
to your dream. You know.
What if you say that shit?
Okay,
Well,
normal.
yeah, but
Activate
do you
this.
have to be in sleep mode to say analysis?
Or do you say a
Well-
word, or do you press it on your little iPad thing?
I think like you put them in sleep mode, and then you can talk to them, and they think that they're in the they said nightmares, but dreams or whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
And then you can prompt them further from there. But when you put them back into regular mode, like the chick that escaped last episode,
Mhm.
she's not gonna listen to you. You know?
Yeah, but what if you say like dream a dreamful dream or whatever it is that he said in the first episode when the guy was like, you know, froze.
What was it? I'm sorry, I can't remember.
Yeah, he said
He
something.
had lingo whenever he was shooting, like taking shots at the one guy in like the morgue or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Ford was, and he
Yeah.
said like dream a restful dream or I don't know something along
May
those
you have
lines.
a dream-filled, restful
True.
sleep or something like
yeah,
that.
something like that. He said that, and then he stopped, and he's like, "All right, go back to your thing," and he put it down. Now that guy looked a bit more mechanical. 'cause
That's
he
a
was
good
an old
point.
one.
But he said that was
But-
like one of the first ones, though, right? So
Yeah,
maybe a
but-
different system.
I mean, if that implies that there was some kind of lingo things that could be used, maybe they could use.
Like
it.
they didn't say anything to stop the guys that were stuck in the loop at the campfire, right?
No,
No,
they just,
she used her
Yeah.
pad.
they just stopped them. She paused them all.
But can a guest? I would say no. A guest can't because that would break the immersion if you could do that kind of stuff, right?
I mean, it breaks the immersion if you just go around and shoot up the whole town. But
You know
what I
yeah.
mean?
Well, like I'm saying,
Fuck
like,
up the
like,
storyline.
like I don't think the guests have. Like
I would
a
say
button
there's
they can
probably
press.
like voice recognition to where only certain people have
Might be that too. I
Like-
was thinking about that.
access to those.
on the side of Ford with what Shane was talking about, did you have something else about that?
Well, yeah, because they said Arnold's code is one of the only pieces of code that the only piece of code that remains of Arnold's is the stuff we use to command them. Isn't that what they said?
Yeah.
Okay, that was just you were talking about like the commands and the codes and stuff, but that's actually Arnold's code. I
Which
wonder
would
if that
be old, and that's what they use to command them.
Yeah.
So that probably still sticks around then.
Yeah.
So they probably could just say, "Dream a restful dream."
Mhm.
Analysis.
Yeah,
Do you like doing this stuff?
and then
Like,
they've
turn off-
updated them where they can just press it at a button.
Yeah, like
to-
turn off narrative,
Yeah.
improv only.
But I wonder if there's anything behind the fact that it's actually Arnold's code that's still there. Like because if it can be used to command them, and then Arnold wanted to give them consciousness, maybe
They
there's some
should
kind
be
of
able to
fault. Maybe
command
there's some kind of
themselves, right?
there's some kind of fault in that code that they just haven't found yet.
Yeah,
That's what's
which
happening.
if that's the case, and the man in black is somehow Arnold, then wouldn't he just like use his lingo to do what he wants?
Yeah, but he never found the final step to creating consciousness. What if he's been experimenting and trying to play around with it until
Yeah.
he finds it
And
the last 30
like
years?
that idea
They're gonna
of
find it in a
him
maze.
transferring consciousness, it's not literally like his soul in a mechanical body. It's it's like a copy, meaning
His thoughts and experiences.
yeah. So like it's not actually Arnold. If Arnold's dead, then he's dead and gone. Whatever that is thinks it's Arnold. It has Arnold's memories or the way he thinks about things and his
Yeah,
vocabulary,
and
but
it
it wouldn't
might
actually
even-
be him. you know?
Yeah,
It
but
might
it would-
even not look like him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's just
be like
that's
the-
kind of tinfoil.
It'd be like the game
for
I
me.
just played.
Yeah.
What game?
It was Soma.
No, I don't know. I've never heard of it.
Never heard of it actually.
It's made by the creators of the first Amnesia game, but
Oh, okay.
the concept behind it is that there's been a like a meteorite blast on the planet,
Mhm.
and the people surviving are underwater, and their last mission is that they're doing brain scans of everybody that they can, and they're going to launch this into space on
Yeah.
a satellite that has solar panels, and everyone's consciousness will be scanned as if they're people living in this arc
Yeah.
up in space in a computer format. So like you're meeting people who are robots that just believe they're people because like their consciousness, their memories, their everything is in these robots
Yeah.
and in this AI.
Yeah. I can't remember the name of the guy that like proposes this, but he like just got hired in at like a Google Robotics or something like that. It was like a big deal in certain circles whose podcast I listened to or something like that. I can't remember the guy's name though. but it's like a real idea. Some people think it will never ever happen, but one thing that he always talks about whenever I hear him speak is like, it's not you. Like, you will still die. It's just like a version of you might live forever.
I think an interesting theme is Bernard. He's lost something in his life, and he's trying to find it again. And these robots, right? And I see this theme of like, reminds me of this passage of the Bible. It talked about how the people, they minister to angels, like the angels who don't know a lot about humanity. They watch and they learn from them. And it kind of made me think of like Bernardo, and I thought maybe Anthony Hopkins until I saw this episode.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of watching and learning something from these robots that they created. Even though they created them,
they're still learning from them as well.
Yeah, they're being, I don't say ministered to, but yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like having kids who like maybe they don't know as much as you, but you can still learn something.
You learn from them just by watching them. You're learning just watching them grow and their experiences. Like when they learn something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's kind of like that. I thought it was a cool theme.
I thought this episode was showing a different side of Ford than what we got in the first 2 episodes.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Because like in the first couple episodes, like he's like sitting there and talking with these guys,
Yeah, but he never treats them as real though, right?
I mean, he never seemed disrespectful towards one. Does that make sense?
Yeah, there's definitely an angrier side.
Like this time, like there was some guy had one covered up, which I think was more so just so that he felt more comfortable because it felt weird to him. He's like, they don't feel things. They can't even, like it just felt kind of.
That's why I suggested
disrespectful towards him.
He might have been talking. You know what I mean? It's such a 180. I think.
I mean, I feel like
I don't see it as a 180. I mean, it is a new side of him that we see.
It made me think something happened.
It's like since the little boy.
Yeah.
Like since he's sent that little boy away, since that moment, I feel like when he's reacting to like them, it just feels different.
Mm-hmm.
I think something happened, and that's why he is the way he is. You know what I mean?
Not from episode 1 to 3.
No, it's something in the past.
Yeah, well then why didn't he act that way then? Like in episode 1 and episode 2. I feel like as far as in these episodes individually, episode 1 you see him just talking with one, doing stuff, and then he's like, it seems like he's trying to make them seem more real with the code that he implemented, right?
Yeah.
And then episode 2 you see him like talking to that little boy and talking about expanding this narrative kind of and making stuff new, and he tells the boy to go away. And in this one he still wants to expand it, but he's like, they're not real, they're not. It just seems more of a drastic change from like 1 and 2, episodes 1 and 2 of like how he was like treating them or talking about them. You know what I mean?
I can see it being consistent if you look at it from his, like the way he's thinking about how a guest is going to interact with these things. Mm-hmm. Not necessarily how he feels about the things themselves, whereas Arnold seemed to be more focused on the things themselves and not the guests, right?
Yeah.
So I think like if you look at it from that mind frame, it kind of they kind of still gel together. We just never really had like an honest opinion of what he felt about those things themselves versus their uses to have guests bounce ideas off of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe something like that. But you were talking about Bernard and his son and that stuff. And I thought it was really interesting that he was going to Dolores for an objective opinion, and what he got was a subjective opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was really interesting. Like that's why he's like, wait, why did you say that?
Mm-hmm.
He was looking for like just pure logic. Should I keep doing what I'm doing, or should I be more safe? Is what he asked, right? What he's doing is what? What is he doing that's not safe?
He's just doing like an experiment, basically, of seeing like something's not right with her, but I want to see where this goes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he's allowing it to progress.
They know there was something wrong with her, and he was supposed to fix it. But instead, he's just been talking with her and like learning what's going on with her. I think rather than like cutting it out.
Yeah, and then
giving her
like he gave her a gift.
Yeah,
and she said she wanted to be free.
Yeah, and he's talked to her about his dead son. Which why does she need to know that? It's just
it's like the ultimate venting machine. It's a thing that can talk back at you but doesn't care.
Yeah,
or you don't have to worry about impressing or something.
Yeah,
it costs $40,000 a day in this fucking thing. Fuck that.
Fuck yeah!
I mean, there's so many.
$40,000 times 30 years.
Yeah. This is one thing I wrote down. How big is Westworld? Like, I don't think that the perfect place that they were talking about in that one scene was real.
No.
Like
especially
just like
with
how
the way
his backstory,
his narrative drastically changed. Like we could go there.
Well, yeah.
It's like let's go now. Well, I can't.
Yeah, he has an idea of his backstory, but he didn't fucking know it. So he had an idea of like a place that is beyond where he's really been, probably.
Yeah.
Okay. I just wonder if it's like, you know, it's like when you play GTA and you're like, yeah, it's like this, it's like a whole state, and you're like, yeah, but it's only like the size of like 4 counties, you know, in terms of scale. I wonder how the scale of Westworld. Like, I think I like Disneyland, right? Like, it costs like, you know, how much to be there during the day. But you also have to spend all your money on fucking food, and if you want souvenirs, and if you want that shit, like, do they use real money to buy like alcohol, or does that just come with your $40,000?
I'd say you probably they have to give them some kind of currency that they use in that town. So it's probably like, well, while you're here, you get this clothes.
Yeah.
Here's your gun. Here's your hat. Here's money for you.
I'm just saying, like, if you want to earn
just
more
like
money,
a video game, they can use real currency too.
If you want to earn more money, go out and find someone to, you know, bounty, get some more cash, buy more stuff.
Well, when what's his name came in and handcuffed the dead body to the post, like he gave the hooker like some silver dollars.
he had some, but I'm saying
the woman had some.
Well, yeah, he looked over and gave it to her, yeah. But what I was saying is, like, if looking at this from a business standpoint, I would make them have to use their own money to get that kind of stuff.
At $40,000 a day already?
Yeah.
I mean, $40,000 a day is already covering any damage that you would incur to the park itself.
You would think.
Anything else would be like chips.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm saying, like, that's how a lot of those amusement parks make money.
Yeah, but they don't charge $40,000 for a day.
Yeah, but this is the future.
But
Maybe
if
it's
you
not
had
as bad.
a park as good as that.
Yeah.
Man, I would say, like, hell, you go into a place for $40,000 a day, you better get anything you want.
Well, they get a lot of what they
Good.
want.
Now, it shouldn't be extra on top of it.
It was just an idea I had. My capitalist mind.
Aaron
working.
does not like prize gouging.
Wyatt and the animals, or the skin faces. What's up with that?
Undead people.
They're like,
I think
they have cow heads, and they're like blowing through the esophagus
They
to make the noise.
They have, like, star things, right? Like Capricorn and
Yeah.
Goat.
Constellations.
Yeah, like the horoscope.
They're worshipping constellations.
Like there's a group in Marvel that I forget what they're called, but that's what they have heads of goats and of like Capricorn,
Lion,
yeah, like that, those
bull and a bear,
yeah,
and yeah,
Taurus and all that. Like they have those heads, and that's what those heads reminded me of.
Yeah.
But then like, what's his name? Cyclops shot them all, you know, and they didn't even. They just.
The guy who
and then
plays
they kept
Cyclops
coming.
is in here. Yeah.
The only time we've ever seen that is whenever it's a
That's
guest.
what I'm saying. I thought maybe one of those guests would try to kill that.
I mean,
other
Ford
guest.
did say you're gonna find who you are in this new expansion. Maybe like he's like you can do anything you want, and he's like his storyline manipulates you into like the worst parts of humanity.
Let's say,
or
well, a
something.
guest kills a guest. That's why I was like wondering if that could have happened there.
See, I would say that it would work the same as if because they can't kill themselves because the bullets don't work, but. I knew there's like
what if
axes
they
and
use
shit.
knives and axes?
Yeah,
and
I
stuff?
know.
Yeah.
Well, see, I wrote down
those
like, can a host cut someone? Because they made a thing too where they're like, so you guys are just stuck because no one wants to cut firewood?
Yeah.
It's like, well, because of your boss's rules, only one guy can use an axe.
Yeah, they went out of its way to say that to us.
Yeah. So like, can they use a knife or a axe or whatever to hit somebody? Like, can that actually hurt them? And just the bullets won't?
Can a host?
Yeah. Could Dolores grab an axe and swing it at a guest and kill them?
Well, I think
but if
that's
she
kind of-
shoots him with a gun, it won't work.
I think that's kind of muddy waters anyway, because we're not exactly sure what's going on with her. But like,
Well, no, it shouldn't
any
matter.
other
If she
character.
grabs a gun and shoots anybody, it still shouldn't kill them,
Yeah.
regardless of her programming or not.
If she's allowed to or not.
Because like, it's not just like, well, I'm programmed that I can't kill somebody.
Yeah.
But when I shoot someone, they still shouldn't die, right? It's the way the bullets and stuff are made, not the way she's programmed that the bullet hits you in a proper way, right?
We think, yeah.
Yeah.
Like that sounds silly if it's just like, well, once she understands she can kill, she'll just shoot everybody and they will die then.
No,
because
we
she
just-
doesn't want them
yeah.
to die, they don't die.
I know what you're saying though. Like if they they drop their gun and then they have to improvise and they pick up like a
rock
piece of glass and then go to stab him. It's not like the glass is gonna be like before it hits him, right?
Or if that guy would have hit her with a rock.
I would guess that at $40,000 a day, and you have to sign a bunch of papers saying like what happens in the park happens in the park. It's not our fault. I guess. I mean, you can go on a roller coaster and some people get their heads taken off.
I mean, that's only idiots who try to go back after their hat.
I know.
I listened to that today.
Yeah. It's a good question. I don't know. I don't know the answer.
So in this episode, we had a line from Marsden. Is that his name?
Yeah,
Teddy?
Marsden, yep.
He said something about like man or whatever, but he said the devil can't be killed. A man can.
Yeah, implying that he's not a man or a devil. A devil can't be
Yeah.
killed. He's something in between.
But then we had one, all those monsters he were fighting or whatever that wouldn't die when he shot him.
Because they're probably people.
And then also we have the Man in Black who can't be killed.
Yeah.
He's probably people. Yeah.
And then
He's
we,
been
He's
licensed
the
to
devil.
the devil.
yeah, and then
He's not a guess. He's the devil, Aaron.
they've
He's the
acknowledged that.
actual devil.
But then last episode with the boy and stuff, didn't we have like little like kind of talk or whatever hint at of like him being God Ford, like with the snake and all that kind of stuff, and the boy,
Yeah.
like so like we got the devil and God there with
Yeah,
this
he controls the
little
serpent.
Westworld. Yeah. So I was just like thinking about like whenever they mentioned that was the first thing I thought of was like, so is the devil like the Man in Black who can't be killed, and
I.e. Arnold.
he's not Arnold.
He's the next Arnold
He is
Palmer.
he is one of the creators. There was Ford and Arnold, right? God and the devil.
Well,
The devil didn't create anything.
No.
See, I mean, he's got like God mode because he just points his finger and makes something stop.
Yeah.
The other guy's got his little iPad.
Yeah.
Yeah. We never seen the Man in Black go.
Because he's not alive anymore. He's in a robot body. It's obvious, Aaron. Ford says with
It's
his...
not obvious.
I know. I'm
It's
kidding.
anything but obvious.
I'm obviously kidding.
I think it's sarcasm.
I think.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Do you guys know?
Ford had a line when he was talking about his new expansion.
Yeah.
That he said this fiction is rooted in truth. So he's like, is this based off a real event?
Maybe he's recreating the shitstorm that happened 30 years ago.
The critical failure?
Yeah.
That would be a bad idea.
Well, not like
I know.
actually recreating it like
Yeah.
to make it happen again, but like making it an event in the park.
Yeah.
Are you guys finding it hard now to like try to find like, well, this could be the narrative, or maybe this is a host going weird?
Trying to guess what
it's
the
difficult to know because we don't know exactly who the hosts are and who the guests are.
trying to guess what the big thing is.
Well, like for example,
I still think it's.
hang on, Eric, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, other than the Man in Black, have we ever seen a guest doing like a narrative without another host there, except for the two guys in the campfire?
Yeah, I mean they're just going about
Because
their
like
way.
most people with the sheriff, like the
What about there was that little boy and his family,
yeah.
right? That we weren't sure if they were a host, and they were like, well, I don't
Yeah.
know, we're doing out this far, and she was like, well, better get out of here before something
Yeah.
happens at night, and
Because
they
like,
were just wandering
the
alone.
chick was hanging out with Teddy, right? I think she was a guest.
Yeah, I think so. I think
Yeah.
her, and I think the that other guy who was like, "Oh, I'm running."
Yeah, well, there were two guys there, weren't there?
Why would you be scared if you can't die?
Yeah.
I'd be like, "Fucking."
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, people get scared of roller coasters. They shouldn't die there either, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One time I went to a haunted house thing a couple years ago. with
And
some
you died?
friends, and like I just knew these motherfuckers killing the chainsaw weren't gonna kill me. So I'm just walking through there, and my friends, like someone I respect, they were just fucking scared. I'm thinking,
Yeah.
it ain't fucking real, dog. I've seen things you've only seen in your
Well,
nightmares, and these are
it's-
just, you know what I mean?
But that's fun scared. That guy seemed like
No,
he was
they-
scared.
they-
scared.
Yeah,
Like,
I guess it's
one
true.
of my guys, his girlfriend was just like, you know, like she was jumping, she's get the fuck out of here.
Melanie does that while watching
And I'm,
TV.
yeah,
So.
and I'm just like, yo, it's not fucking real. They're gonna stop. Like, and I remember like they were like running at me because they can tell, and they would always just stop. Like I remember going like, and they would just stop with their chainsaw.
Acting like you're in God mode.
That's what it felt like. Like I was just Filipino god walking through all these
Filipino god.
you know, mass murder people.
Well, my example was like,
I'm sorry, that'd be the best place to kill someone.
Oh, I know. I kept thinking about that. I kept
Have a real chainsaw.
I kept thinking about the people I'd kill here. You know what I'm saying?
with the narrative thing though, like what I was thinking about it was when she gets drugged into the barn.
Yes.
I feel like typically she wouldn't come out of there, but then we were like, oh no, she shot that guy. But then she ran out and had that like vision of being shot, like this has happened before. So maybe she was supposed to have killed that guy and run out, and then someone else shot her, and then she ran away and went somewhere else.
Maybe she keeps getting farther in the game.
I guess maybe. I don't
You know
know.
what I'm
Like I'm
saying?
just like, what is her narrative and what's not? Like what has happened before? Should she have died in there? Because we were all like, oh, she shot that guy, but she must have shot him or something before that she came out and got shot by that guy, right?
Or maybe she got killed by the guy in a different order.
I was gonna say the Man in Black
You know what I'm
knows
saying?
the Man in Black knows all the different ways things happen,
Or have happened.
because he's played them all. On the flip side, she has been all of the roles, so she might be able to recognize all the things.
Maybe that's why her gun disappeared after she looked at it in the dresser.
Yeah.
Maybe she actually remembered, like, oh, I'm going to need this here. So she planted it in the haystack.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't she take it off him?
Well, I was confused because I thought it was just in the haystack.
Yeah.
But then you guys said, "What's that sound?" I'm like, "Oh, okay." And then he kind of went like,
Yeah, I think he
Ugh.
took it from.
Yeah.
I think she grabbed his.
Yeah.
But it's the same exact gun with the extra long barrel. I didn't think he had the extra long barrel.
But maybe the idea is that, like what Aaron's saying, is like there are situations in which, like, if a player takes her in, she gets raped. If that guy takes her in, she kills him. That's the only time she can actually shoot. Maybe, I don't know.
She runs out, she gets shot.
Yeah, but earlier in the day when she's doing that shit and she's, stuff's going on with these guys' minds and they're melting things, she's probably like, oh yeah, this gun that I'll use later today. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just really curious on, like, because, like, when I was watching, I'm like, wait, so, like, what's the narrative? Is she supposed to have gotten out of there?
No, you're
like,
right.
Where's the storyline end for her, and where's it, like...
Because if she's always meant to be raped no matter who does it or something like that, then she never would have realized that guy shoots me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, so, like, that just kind of threw me off.
That actually, if that's the case, then that could be a red herring to the idea that she overpowered some kind of code to shoot the gun. Since you're not allowed to shoot the gun until you have permission to.
Yeah, like, now you're allowed to shoot the gun. This is part of your story. So don't be shocked that she killed that guy. Maybe she's supposed to do that.
To be honest, that kind of changes my interpretation of a lot of that.
Yeah, when I was watching, I'm like, I don't know what's supposed to be, like, what's the programmed narrative that's supposed to happen?
Yeah.
But also, like, then you get the lines of the pyramid instead of, like, here's their memory, here's their improv, here's their, self-interest, and then there's the God voice, which we had a God voice said, to have shoot him. But then later on, we had her being like, oh, I'm shot. Oh, wait, no, I'm not here. Okay, what? I'm going to run. It was just...
So was that voice was her programming?
I think that was her program of, like, that God voice, that inner voice that you think is God that Ford was talking about. Which, I guess, is Arnold's voice then.
Yeah.
Because that's who, what's his name, heard whenever he wanted more milk. Someone should just got him some fucking milk.
Yeah.
Fuck!
Thank you guys for checking out this video. Down in the description, all links to our social media, and blindwave.net has some stuff, and you can go to Patreon, and you can go to a whole bunch of stuff, and we'll see you next time. I'm Eric.
I'm Shane.
I'm Calvin.
I'm Eric. Oh, God!